Get ready. Get set. It's time for the basement view. Hey, good evening. Good evening. It's Friday the 20th of December. Man, 10 more days, or 11, or 12. Be a new year. Hey, Carmen, how you doing? Glad you could make it. It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Man, I gotta tell you. Um, wow. A lot of stuff going on, huh? A lot of stuff. Uh, if you could make it, and if your hands are free, hit that thumbs up for me. It helps the algorithm see me out here on YouTube and direct it around the old internet. Anyway, um, uh, I'm doing okay, Carmen. I'm doing all right. My health is good. Had that checkup recently, and everything looks good. I'm not going to complain. As a matter of fact, I'm not even uh, as depressed as I usually get this time of year. I usually get just jacked up this time of year, you know. And I'm not even depressed. I'm pretty upbeat. Hey, what's up, James? I'm pretty upbeat. Feel pretty good. Um up to today, I was kind of dreading what might be coming, in the next couple of days, but apparently we ain't got to worry about that. Hey, yes, it is. Yes, it is, Carmen. It is wonderful. And hope y'all doing good down there. You know, um, I am going to start planning me some trips to get out of here. What I've been actually doing, one of the things I've been doing is when I do take a vacation, I intend to actually keep doing the show. So I'm going to be doing that wherever I go. So I've been trying to work that out. Also, I've noticed, am I coming down to Florida? Yes, I am. I am coming down to Florida for sure because I haven't been to Florida in a while. Time to go see Florida. And, check it out. And while I'm down there, I'm going to attempt to keep doing the show. I better. Okay, sounds good. Hey, threaten me with a good time, will you? Shoot. Anyway, bear with me. I've noticed when watching the episodes that some of the playback audio has been kind of lousy. It's been glitchy, son, and I gotta try and figure that out. So bear with me on that. You know, it may be something with the internet, so I gotta try and figure that out to get that to clear up and stop being ugly. I gotta tell you, I went out and I was getting some supplies. Oh, by the way, I didn't put that up there, and oops. So I gotta put that up there before I start going at it. Anyway, and also, hey, just for anybody that don't know, I'm Jeff. For anybody that just happens to wander by and wonder who this dude is, and this is the Basement View. Um, anyway, I went and did some grocery shoppings in preparation for what might have been going to happen, and I saw something that scared the shit out of me. Hey, did any of you ever eat cheese whiz on crackers? If you did, raise your hand. I, for one, used to eat cheese whiz on crackers. Haven't had it in a while. Went to the aisle that's got the Cheese Whiz, and a damn can of Cheese Whiz is $6 for one can of Cheese Whiz. You want my email on the screen? Yes, I can. And so a can of Cheese Whiz was $6, and I was like, wow. And James, if you never had it, you ain't missing nothing, because for $6, fuck that. for a can of liquid cheese that's only gonna last for a handful of crackers, So that was a shock. And as I walked around the store, I noticed, hey, Carmen, you ain't never had it either? Wow, I'm the only one ate Cheese Whiz on crackers? Wow. Oh, here, I'll put that up there again just in case you didn't get it. I didn't know. I thought I would have been in a bunch of company eating a Cheese Whiz. But, hey, I tell you what, won't be eating it now. But as I walked around the store, everything was $6. A bag of cookies was $6. A bag of potato chips was $6. Everything was $6. I was like, oh, I missed the boat somewhere. Shit. So it is what it is, Well, yeah, prices are outrageous. Absolute. And check this out. The reason it did not bother me was because I left that shit on the shelf. I had $6 in my pocket, but I wasn't going to pay $6 for Cheese Whiz. Okay? Hey, the price can be as outrageous as they want it to be, but I hold the purse strings. I'm the one holding the purse strings. So they can make Cheese Whiz $20, and it can sit there in that funky can on the shelf. That's the way you do that. That's the way you do that. So that was my trip into the store, and came out with some good canned goods, ran into a sale that I wasn't anticipating, and came out with some good canned goods. I like to keep canned goods in the house because you never know. I'm not a great fan of canned goods, but canned goods in a pinch will keep your ass alive. And that's what I intend to do. Stay alive. So, got me a good supply of some canned goods. And, and the reason why, of course, was because of this dude. By the way, had some good news today. These folks, they decided to do the right thing. The House passed a bill to avert a government shutdown after a whirlwind funding fight. So, these fools decided to actually go back and pass the bill, pretty much close to the first bill that they had originally. So, there will be no government shutdown. Let's look at what happened in the first place. Let's listen to what brought this all on.
Right now, negotiations are underway in the House to come up with a spending bill to keep the government from shutting down within the next day. Mike Johnson and the House Republican Conference had negotiated a CR, a continuing resolution, which is basically just a stopgap funding bill to keep the government functioning for a few more months. That bill would temporarily raise the debt ceiling, as both parties have done practically forever. And then President Elon and his minion, Donald Trump, decided to intervene. Elon went on a 20-hour tirade on Twitter rife with misinformation, decrying that measure, claiming, for example, that it included a 40% raise for members of Congress, which isn't true, or that the bill would prevent an investigation into those who investigated January 6th, which isn't true, or that the bill funded bioweapons labs, which isn't true. But because his fans are as discerning as my dog is with whatever ends up in his food bowl, they believed him. And then pressure grew and the bill was killed. And of course, Trump joined in. According to NBC News, Trump doesn't want to just lift the debt ceiling. He's keen to get rid of it, telling me in a phone interview that Democrats have said that they want to get rid of it. If they want to get rid of it, I would lead the charge. He sees it as a fake thing, no real value regarding debt control. Which is so weird because here I was thinking that Republicans were the party of fiscal responsibility. Here I was thinking that finally the adults would be in charge that would get our out-of-control debt under control. Here I was thinking that they meant it when they said that it was a problem that our biggest non-defense line item expense is the interest on our debt. And yet now, before even taking office, the first order of business is to eliminate the debt ceiling altogether. It's almost like, and bear with me here because I'm just trying to put these pieces together right now in real time. They don't actually care about the debt and just spew bullshit to an undiscerning audience on an endless loop because lying is the entire Republican brand. And look, none of this is to say that the debt ceiling is especially important because ultimately it's just been a tool that Republicans use to threaten Democrats with while they dangle the prospect of shutting down the government over and over and over. And then because Democrats are responsible, they give in every time, including with concessions to the Republicans. And in that respect, maybe it's better that the debt ceiling go away. Consider, too, it's not like the debt ceiling actually controls the debt. All we do is raise the debt ceiling over and over and over, and we don't ever do what it takes to get the deficit under control. So that's why the Democratic argument for why the debt ceiling isn't all that useful. But let's think for a moment why suddenly Trump wants to eliminate the debt ceiling. It's actually quite simple. He knows that he's going to blow up the deficit in order to fund his tax cuts for billionaires like President Musk, and eliminating the debt ceiling means he won't be accountable to anybody. He won't have to go to the House and get enough votes to raise the debt ceiling next time. He won't have to make empty promises about how getting the debt under control is important. He won't have to be accountable to a Republican promises of fiscal responsibility that he doesn't give a shit about. He will be unleashed to spend however he wants, and we know what that looks like. It looks like cutting essential programs while keeping tax benefits onto the ultra-rich, like Trump's daddy, Elon Musk. Because Elon needs a tax cut, and it's not going to pay for itself. And that's a point that Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia made here. Quote, Donald Trump wants to get rid of the debt ceiling because he wants to essentially pass huge tax cuts to enrich his friends, to enrich Elon Musk and his companies, and redistribute hardworking wealth that middle-class Americans have earned. And so we can have a discussion about the debt ceiling separately. Granted, the Republicans, specifically Trump and Elon, are learning in real time that putting a professional shit poster in charge of the U.S. government isn't exactly a recipe for success. Republicans decided to put that Trump-endorsed continuing resolution on the floor for a vote, the CR that eliminated childhood cancer funding, and surprise, surprise, here's what happened.
On this vote, the yeas are 174, the nays are 235, one voting present, two-thirds not being in the affirmative. The rules are not suspended and the bill is not passed.
That's right. President Elon's first attempt at wielding power was a resounding failure, with 38 Republicans refusing to vote for their own party's bill, which prompted this response from Elon himself. A super fair and simple bill was put to a vote and only 2 Democrats in Congress were in favor. Therefore, responsibility for the shutdown rests squarely on the shoulders of Representative Jeffries. Oh man, I gotta say, it's actually kind of funny watching Elon try and deploy the most bargain basement political analysis that would embarrass even an OAN anchor. Dude, look, Republicans are in the majority. You cannot blame the Democrats for not voting for the Republicans' bill. It's not the Democrats' responsibility to bail out the majority party. You guys wanted the gavel. You guys wanted to be in charge. Learn how to fucking govern. The reality is that Trump isn't even in office yet, and they are already broadcasting their inability to run the government. Remember, Republicans are in the majority right now. There is nothing stopping them from implementing their agenda, other than, of course, their own incompetence, and we are learning in real time that that's a pretty insurmountable hurdle these days.
Well, thank you, sir. That pretty much explains how we got here. Okay? That explains how we got here. This dude, I don't know where he came from with his stuff, but I got to tell you, we got a guy that's not even in office. We got a civilian billionaire who decided he intends to interfere with our government process. Here's a guy that is not even a government employee at this point. And he's tweeting what he intends for our Congress to do. And that is raise the debt ceiling so they can just walk in and start scavenging money out of the system. That's the plan. So, that's the problem. Fortunately, they knew in Congress that they were going to look like complete idiots and that the entire world saw what was going on and it was going to hurt them more than it was going to hurt anybody. A civilian that's calling the shots. Absolutely. We got a billionaire. And that's the problem, Carmen. You know, there's a reason these guys hate Social Security so much. One is they've been borrowing money out of the Social Security fund. Hey, what's up, Charles? What's up, Joe? I guess I could be Joe today. But yeah, they've been borrowing money out of the Social Security fund, so they don't want to pay it back. That's the problem. And yes, a lot of people were nervous. People who are on Social Security, veterans, military, active military was going to get jacked up. Yeah, I know. So, yeah. So a lot of people were nervous. I was nervous. Hey, and that, trust me, that's one of the reasons I advocate for the investing thing, because, you know, you got to have another stream or two of income coming in. You got to have that, because these bastards, you know, are lurking. These bastards are lurking. Some of the stuff they were going to cut out of that bill, you would just be amazed. They were going to cut children's cancer research out of the bill. Children's cancer research. Now, who doesn't think that's worth funding? Now, hey, I don't know. Can that be done a better way? I don't know. I haven't studied it. But some of the things they were planning on cutting and some of the things that was going to get hurt, this is the problem. When you got a guy who is well on his way to becoming the first trillionaire on the planet. This guy makes like $1 billion a week. Okay? This guy makes $1 billion a week. And I'm saying a billion with a B. Do you know how much $1 billion is? $1 billion is 1,000 million. Okay? $1 billion is 1,000 million. And this guy has $400 billion. Actually more, but a baseline $400 billion. One person. You could literally, you could feed everybody in America on $20 billion. you could make sure nobody in America was hungry for hell, probably a few years, on $20 billion. This guy's got $400 billion. And now he intends to, as his side job, run America. You know, because let's face it, let's understand what happened. Elon Musk tweeted, and then a day later, Donald Trump said, yeah, that's what I want. So after Elon tweeted and Congress scrapped the bill, Donald Trump came along later and said, yeah, that's what I want. So I think it's safe to say who the president is. Anyway, so again, that fell through, but it does give you an indication of what kind of chicanery is going to be around the corner. We just gonna sit back and watch and, observe and position ourselves, to get through it. Get you some canned goods. Yeah, Musk paid to run America. Yes, he did, James. Yes, he did. Think about $75 million, 75 or 100 million. Loan shark, when they loan out that money like that, you got to come with it. Excuse me. You got to come on with it. So apparently, he coming to collect. Yes, he bought the presidency. Yes, he did. Now, raising the debt ceiling is simply, the debt ceiling is simply the limit on your credit card, right? That's all that is. Right. That's not even the president. Right, Charles. That he apparently he not the guy. So with that debt ceiling, that is your credit limit. And what they've been doing over and over is raising the credit limit. Well, what Trump wants to do is walk into office, and Elon, because, he's going to run the show, they want to walk into office with a super high credit line so they can just tax the hell out the government and walk off with the cash, And the funny thing about that is, I understand Trump wanting to do it. Elon got a boatload of cash anyway. I think this is a game to him. I think this is just a big ass game to him. That dude don't give a damn about no money. Now, is he in a hurry to become a trillionaire? Maybe he is. But hell, get a man 1 year or 6 months, he'll be a trillionaire. At $1 billion a week. He's subject to be a trillionaire not soon. I mean, not too far from now. So, But apparently, that's what this guy's after. That's what these guys are, And I think this is just a big ass game, And unfortunately, we all gonna get fucked, while they play their game. Now, like I was telling a few of y'all earlier, the only thing that's gonna make this fucking that I have to take any less painful is when I look over there and I see them bastards that voted for these people bent over just like me. When I see them bent over, I'm gonna say this right here and now. When I see them bent over, just like I am, that's going to make the pain a little less on me. I'm going to have a smile on my face. Doggone it. because let's face it, you know, I'm used to getting fucked. You know, I'm like, hey, I'm like that hoe you pass by on the avenue. I've been fucked. You know, it's them tight ones. Them tight ones, they gonna holler. They gonna holler. And boy, that's gonna bring a tear to my eye. I mean, I'm gonna feel good about it. Scream. Remember that movie? Scream like a pig. That's gonna be me. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. So, hey, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Hey, we got 10, 12 days, and we will be in the new year. And about 1 month, Slippery Don will be in office. Let's get it. Shit. Let's get it. All right. Well, enough about them clowns. Hey, did any of you see the train wreck that happened in Texas, Pecos, Texas? There was a train wreck yesterday in Pecos, Texas. And boy, I got to tell you, I've seen train wrecks before. I've literally, I used to be a locomotive mechanic. I used to be the guy that would repair the trains after the wrecks. And I've seen quite a bit of train wrecks in my day. This train wreck, man, whew. I'm going to show you this. Brace yourself. This is a doozy.
A deadly rail derailment has caused a mighty mess in Texas. 1 person was killed and 4 injured after the freight train hit a truck, left the tracks and slammed into a building.
Hey, this low boy is stuck right here on the tracks.
Barreling down the tracks in Texas with a semi-trailer stuck in its path for this train. The only way is through.
That's not good.
It's just after 5 p.m. in the city of Pecos, and after hitting a truck, this freight train has launched off the rails and into the local Chamber of Commerce building.
We got a big train derailment going here, guys. Oh, this is bad.
Carriages are piled high and bricks from the building are crumbling down. Police have released this footage of the mess.
Right in front of the museum, quite a mess, dude.
At least 1 person has been killed, others injured. Officials say diesel from the train's engine, the only spillage found so far.
There are 3 cars that do contain what they call hazmat waste. There has been no release. Those are under control.
Texas is known for going big, and this is certainly a giant mess. In the United States, Lauren Tomasi, 9 News.
Let me tell you, if that wasn't a train wreck, woo. Now, I'm going to show a little clearer clip of that. And that train took that load off the back of that semi so clean that it literally left the truck unharmed. That train took that load, and that load was a big ass pipe. Looked like a big pipe joint. And I've seen pipe joints that big. And it looked like it took that load off so clean. And it literally left the truck sitting there unscathed. It was like a knife. Okay? And the unfortunate thing about it is when a train crashes like that, well, The rest of the train is coming. As the lead engine leaves the tracks and starts to destroy shit, all of them cars are coming. And you ain't going to stop them until you get enough of them piled up. I mean, man, look at this this clip and watch at the end. At the end of this clip, the truck driver is still in the truck, and the truck literally can just pull away from the accident. Check this out.
Get the out. Holy. Holy.
Did you see the driver of that truck just drive the truck away? That was crazy. I bet that dude had a load in his pants. I mean, that was crazy. Man. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you was waiting on that dinette set, it might be a little late. Sorry. But man, and unfortunately, I think one person died in it. I saw the one angle of the wreckage, and there was a truck that was under some of that. There was like a small pickup truck looked like under some of that wreckage. So, and as a matter of fact, the building that pipe tore the end off of was the town Chamber of Commerce. How ironic is that? The town Chamber of Commerce. And for those of you who do not know what the Chamber of Commerce is, the Chamber of Commerce is the union for business. How many of you didn't know that businesses have a union? Yes, the business world has a union. It's called the Chamber of Commerce. So, and that's the building that pipe tore the end off of. Yes, Carmen, that is absolutely a fact. When you hear anything about your local or the federal Chamber of Commerce, you know, not federal, it's not a federal chain, but it's a national Chamber of Commerce. That is the union that advocates for business. While they're running around trying to break everybody else's union, they have their own union. Check it out. How hypocritical, huh? So, but I got to tell you, boy, man, that was somebody gonna be in trouble. For that to happen, I don't know how in the heck that dude got that load stuck across that track like that. I mean, that's ridiculous that even happened. So, but, again, I have seen some train accidents. I've seen them happen just like that, just happen to be standing there and see it happen. But I have never seen one like that where it took the load off the truck and left the truck sitting there able to be driven, out of the way. That was incredible. And that dude's butt cheeks probably still attached to that seat. They probably had to get the jaws of life to get them butt cheeks open to turn that seat loose. Shoot. Cause man, that dude, man, I can't even imagine it. So, hey, when you're out there crossing them railroad tracks, be careful. Be careful. I have worked around trains many a years, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to say this right now for those of you who don't believe fat meat is greasy. When you're standing in front of a train on the railway, if you happen to be standing on the tracks and a train is coming, if he does not blow that horn, you will not hear that train. A train coming toward you on the tracks is silent. You will not hear a thing until he blows that horn. Trust me on this one. I've been in that position. So be careful, because that train, the locomotive itself, weighs about 200 tons. Okay? And everything behind it is moving. And they do not stop on a dime. Okay? So be careful out there around them trains. Be careful. Because you're not going to win. All right. Hey, it's Friday night. I'm going to cut it right there. I appreciate you guys for coming out and hanging out. I'm going to put that email up there one more time. I really do appreciate y'all, and I love doing this. Can't wait to be back Monday. Gonna try and get into the investing thing. I made a big mistake. I opened me another savings account to fund my Robinhood account. And my dumb ass didn't realize when I opened up the savings account, they had the funds on hold for 5 days. So I tried to make a deposit in the Robinhood, and it got jacked up. That's what took so long, and I didn't have any idea. I'm wondering what's going on. I done made a deposit with money that wasn't available yet. So, gotta wait till that gets straight. So, anyway, as soon as that happens, we'll get to it. Anywho, hey, anybody got any plans tonight? Carmen, you have a good weekend too. I think I'm gonna chill out, have another bite to eat, and relax. Kind of cold outside, but I'm gonna enjoy myself anyway. So on that note, take care. Have a good one, James, Charles. Y'all take it easy. See you Monday.